it's Zoe and welcome back! Odin's voice asked for a DIY grimoire. A grimoire is a book of shadows. If you don't know what a book of shadows is, it's basically a book of spells. Anyways, there are a bunch of different ways that you can make a grimoire. So we're going to go from the least creative to the most creative way to making your own grimoire. The first way to making a grimoire is the laziest, least creative way of obtaining a grimoire. Literally just purchasing a grimoire. It's already full of spells for you that have already been tested. You could write little cliff notes along the sides and things like that, things that you would change or how they worked for you, but that is the laziest way that you can do it. Second laziest way that you can make a grimoire is by creating one on your computer. Basically, you can copy and paste other spells, simply copy them down, but it's an easy way to keep them on file. It's not very messy or unorganized, and it's a good way for all you techie witches out there. The next way of creating grimoire, you can buy just a blank and empty journal. These are all of my grimoires. Some of them have stuff in them and some of them do not. You can get them at any store like this. I got at Walmart, a country store. You can buy them on eBay, Amazon, or you can just go into your local witchy shop or just any like hippie shop and you can find them there too. The next way that you can make a grimoire one is way more creative, but at the same time it's still kind of lazy. Other witches have said that this is very helpful. It is creating your grimoire using a binder and some computer paper. To make this a little bit more interesting, you can tea dye the paper and make it look old and cool. This way is fun, and we will continue this in just a moment on how to do it. The last way that you can create your own DIY grimoire, which I am going to do for you guys, is to literally create the grimoire completely from scratch. All you need to do is buy some supplies like paper, a needle and thread, like that kind of thing, and some paint or stickers or however you want to decorate it. But that is how you create a grimoire, and some easy ways to create a grimoire that may or may not be for you. Stay tuned on how to create a binder grimoire and how to create a grimoire completely from scratch. Take off all the garbage. I suggest getting a notebook that has this little sleeve in the front so you can put in a picture that you like. So now that it's all cleaned up, I'm going to make my art for the cover. Slip it in there. And ta-da! Fill it with paper. If you don't want just regular paper like this, you can tea dye the paper. And then let's grab our other tools. You will need some tongs. You will need your tea. I suggest using a dark or a black tea. I suggest using like 3 or 4 tea bags, a hair dryer, towel, paper towel, and of course you'll need a tray. And you'll also need hot water. And I'm gonna put the tea bags into the really hot water. So now that we have all of our tea saturated and such, pour it into this. Paper into the water, and you want to submerge it into the water. You don't want it just to be on top or it won't work. There we go. Okay, so let's wait about 5 minutes. Grab an edge of the paper. Lay it down. Alright, lay it down. The water isn't too hot, test it first with like your finger. If it's not too hot, then just pull it out with your fingers. You're going to blot it, not wipe, not completely absorb. Just blot it with the paper towel. Something that's kind of fun to do is you can take the tea bags, you can splot them down. This one I am going to crinkle, and this one I'm just going to dry regularly. So even though I didn't give it the crinkling method, it still did crinkle just a little bit. This time it's going to be a little bit harder because you're going to be using your hands and it might actually kind of hurt a little bit. But first, it's still really damp, so you want to dry it off just a little bit. Now that it's dry just a little bit, hold it in your hand. As you're drying it, start to crinkle it up. Very, very carefully unwrap it. And this is the finished product. But I don't have any of those materials. I basically just have construction paper. What I wanted to do is I wanted the outside to be black and the inside to be this mystical purple color. I just stapled the papers together. What you should do is you should line them up correctly. Use glue or a hot glue gun to just glue them together so that they make one perfect piece of paper. You're gonna put the papers as neatly as you can, like together like this. And you're gonna fold it. Cut down the cover to the size that you want it to be. You want to fold it up like so, just down the middle. And then you're going to put your papers, their seams also in the middle. You want to glue right here on the middle of the seam, and then you're going to glue them down. Then you're going to get your sewing needle. If you're using leather or fabric, you might need to use a much thicker, stronger needle and thicker and stronger thread as well. Obviously, thread your needle. You can do this with yarn and stuff too. It looks a lot better if you use yarn or if you use like little leather strips. Of course, you need to find a needle that works with that type of material. You want to start off just a little bit high and then stab it through the middle of the seam. On the end of your string where you knotted it, tie a bead, like some sort of charm or a bead. I'm just gonna use a knot maker, but anyways, yep, just pull it through and ta-da! If you want to make like some sort of like special design on the back, you can, but in this case we're just gonna go a little bit down and then hold it and pull it through, and then you have that. And then on the inside, do basically the same thing. One more time down below. And then once that is completed, and then this is where you want to make your knot. Like I said, this is just for practice purposes only, not for actual use. And it's just for quick demonstration, you know, like that sort of thing. And then just clip off your extra. Voila, it's a book. If you want to put in like little pockets or something, for a little bit of these sides, a little bit. Also, you want the bottom to be like flat. Paste down the bottom. We're making this pocket, right? Yeah. And I don't have glue because I am doing it the lazy way out. And then, yeah. But anyways, we are stapling that. And we're gonna pretend that I stapled this side. And then, voila, it is a pocket. You can put little things in the pocket. And then on the front, you can design it however you like. Of course, there won't be little staple things all over it. Here's what it would look like with plain paper. What it would look like with the tea stained paper, but not crinkled. And then here's what it looks like crinkled. That is how you make your own grimoires. If this is your first time on this channel, please hit that subscribe button and join our little magical fam. We'd really love to see you here. And don't forget to hit that like button. And keep your eye out for any new videos coming up like the next one,